Hey everybody, my name is Brayden, and today we got a video of me telling you about this little show idea I had. I guess I wrote this a while ago, and it was just a rough draft I had that came to my mind, and I'm like, this is what Breaking Bad should do, because sometimes I have ideas, and I'm like, this is what they should do with Red Dead Redemption 3, and this is what they should do with whatever, because maybe I want to write off it, or isn't that what you're supposed to do, or Ilvermorny, the American Harry Potter. Give me that. Let me work with that. Okay. Anyways, we got Breaking. This is crazy. It's such a good series. No, it's not. I was reading it and I'm like, why? But I got Brayden. That's what it's called. That's the rough title. The work in progress draft. It would be a continuation of Breaking Bad, in the universe, in Better Call Saul. Let's get right into it. I wrote it down. I don't know, what would this be, a script maybe? Who even knows? Oh boy. I'm so nervous. I don't want to say that. I can't even say the episode name. Are you kidding me? I can't bring my, why would I call it this? It doesn't even, it's this easy, like a recipe. That's what I called it. Okay. The first episode starts with Brayden scrolling through the TV to find a show. He stumbles upon Heisenberg, a critically acclaimed documentary story about Walter White's life as a drug lord. A montage of Brayden buying supplies while eating fast food. Brayden tells Ethan about the idea. Ethan says no. How do we think it's going so far? Is that realistic? He saw a documentary, then he's like, shit, Heisenberg? Walter White? He's so awesome. Yeah? He's like, I'm gonna go do that. Kind of like Breaking Bad. Why wouldn't, people don't try that? He's like, bro, let's do this. He's like, let's do Breaking Bad. Let's do what Walter White did, that teacher in Albuquerque. And then he's like, what the fuck? No. Why would it, because that's realistically, you'd never do that. Eating fast food, by the way, probably Hardee's. Would recommend, highly recommend. I love Hardee's. Okay. Agent Eric Caldwell. Now, this guy, in my mind, I imagine here's actually a description. Oh, no, there isn't. I imagined him like Teddy from Snowfall, if you know that show. It's like Breaking Bad, but black with cocaine. Okay. Agent Eric Caldwell, an experienced DEA agent based in Duluth, is part of a surveillance operation targeting a local drug distributor. As he watches from an unmarked car, he notices one of his colleagues, Agent J. Miller, making a suspicious phone call. This raises his suspicions about potential corruption or illegal activities within the agency. Brayden and Ethan are at work while working at Walmart or their lunch break. On their lunch break, Ethan is looking at eBay on his phone while seeing how expensive some of the stuff he'd like to buy is. He tells Brayden, wearily, he'll cook. Okay, I said it bad, but isn't that scene actually hard as hell if you think about it real quick? Scrolling on his phone, wearily, I'll cook. Damn. Yeah. I thought that up. I remember thinking that up at one point. I don't know how, but Brayden and Ethan get their first batch cooked that night, but Brayden says it's bad. Says it needs to be cleaner, which means pure. Eric, I know. Eric decides to dig deeper into the matter, tailing Miller's car. Driven by his unwavering commitment to justice and the community he aims to protect, Brayden and Ethan cook a second batch, draining them of supplies, but this batch looks much better. Brayden and Ethan let a homeless man try the second. He says shit, but the high he has looks intense, ensuring Brayden and Ethan have a sellable product. Never do meth, never do bad drugs. Oh my god, this is horrible, and why would this guy do this? What a horrible person is what I'm trying to say. I mean, No, there's nothing wrong with him, but like I don't even know. It would be. Brayden and Ethan discuss how they're going to sell it, and eventually not involving Jackson's uncle without telling Jackson. You gotta find connections, and you know people, so you go through people, and sometimes you can't let them know. You know what I mean? Secrets, not lies. Eric follows Agent Miller to an alley where he watches as Miller is shot. Eric tried to save Miller from bleeding out, but it's too late. Damn. Said that like a fucking robot. Caldwell is scolded by his chief for not informing the rest of the DA with the phone call. So you get, I mean, that's kind of valid, you know what I mean? Maybe some of you were thinking that because I didn't really harp on it. Brayden and Ethan go to Uncle Jesse's where they show him both cooks 2 pounds. I guess it's like 1 7/8 or whatever. I don't even know how much it'd be because he gave some, you know what I mean? 1 to sell and 1 for himself. Jess keeps the worst batch for himself. Jess agrees hesitantly until he hears like his own pound himself, then immediately yes. Brayden, sorry if that's rude, but like I'm sure it'll get clean. Brayden and Ethan clean up the lab and hide it. After a few days, Jess delivers 10,000, 5,000 each to Brayden and Ethan, along with some weed. Jackson comes home as Jess is leaving, raising suspicion. The episode ends with Brayden and Ethan setting up to cook batches 3 and 4. Guys, was that a crazy first episode or what? Okay, don't worry. There's 7 more. We're not even close to done's the thing. Episode 2, supply. Wait, should we talk about it? How did they make 10,000 of their of their second batch? Oh my god. Is that how much you make? Like as if just making a crazy amount. Brayden and Ethan need these. Oh. Episode 2, supply and demand. Brayden and Ethan need an easier way to get products, some place to store their near 10,000 cash each. I say near 10,000 because they probably spent some of it by now. You know what I mean? It's been like a day or 2 since last episode. Agent Caldwell is investigating a drug deal related to shootout, leaving multiple Lake Superior cartel members dead. Because they have that. Leaving the city without a prime meth distributor. Because that's how it works. Right? Brayden and Ethan decide to involve Devin in the business. They need a runner. That's what they call him. Like Badger. Someone to go get cook supplies. Devin reluctantly agrees for a sizable cut, but also pleads to be involved in the cook, and Brayden allows him to watch. Like I'm the group leader or some shit. Also, hey, I should just say this now, because I should have said it earlier, and I was going to say it at the end. All these characters are just like, they're just names. They're just based off people, so that way I can imagine who they are. And some of them are made up, like Agent Caldwell is completely made up, and then there's a lot of people are made up, but like most of the main characters, they're actually like based off people, but then they have personality traits that like vary pretty different. So it's like they're completely different characters that I just conjured up, but like it's as if the people I know are playing them as like actors, is how I see it, I guess. Ethan suggests getting a building so their basement house doesn't smell like cat piss anymore, because I guess that's what it smells like. Devin's dad spots him buying supplies. Devin is startled, especially since his dad lives in Minneapolis. After an obvious lie from Devin, they go their separate ways. Brayden goes to Jess's and gives him batches 3 and 4 to sell. Also asks if he can find a really shit house to buy for a lab. Eric is filing some reports. Eric is filing some reports where he is approached by a co-worker Jessica knew. Jessica says she knows Agent Miller wasn't working alone and they should tail his partner, Agent Johnson Carter. What a fucking creative name. Fucking bold, fucking wild, huge. Did I think about Johnson Carter? President ass shit. Okay. Devin and Ethan discuss payment, and Devin suggests they involve Jackson sooner than later, and Brayden and Ethan don't want to. Agent Caldwell and Agent New tail Agent Carter to a warehouse in Superior. Okay, hold on, let's take a little break. Wouldn't it be awesome if freaking Agent Johnson Carter became the president? I don't know. That could be something. It's like Prison Break type shit. Like, wouldn't that be such a cool, like, by season 4 type shit, we gotta take him down? That's what we're building up to. Okay, whatever. Let's just keep. Jess goes to sell the meth, but he is confronted by another dealer, Bradford Willie. It's Devin's dad, y'all. Who puts a gun to Jess's head, demanding to know who this cook is. Brayden, Ethan, Devin, and Jackson are smoking some weed and joking, and when Bradford storms in with Jess and threatens them, scaring everyone, not Devin, as much as he's used to his father's behavior. I think I said that wrong. Bradford says they can't sell anymore as he scolds Devin. Brayden argues back, but Bradford threatens his life. Agent Caldwell and New watches New pays some men and thanks them for eliminating Miller, who was about to spill on the operation. Brayden, Ethan, Devin, and Jackson and Jess all discuss Brayden and Ethan's business with each other. Jack is mad about not knowing. His uncle's being involved without him, and they're cooking and selling meth. Brayden says, that's super bad, guys. Don't ever do that. Like, this is just a show. It's like Breaking Bad, just to show like I'll get to it. Brayden says he doesn't want to stop, therefore Ethan and Devin don't want to stop. Later, I'm just kidding. And Devin assures his dad is bluffing, and as long as they sell to someone else, his dad wouldn't know. Episode 3. Okay, what do you think about episode 2, y'all? So I can also say what else is part of it, and I was gonna say this at the end also, because I forgot to put this in there. There would be like relationships with girls and stuff, and and just showing like how to process your life, kind of like how Walter White did, and it'd be like Walter White but younger, kind of. It's more like a protege type shit, but like without a mentor. I don't even know. And it's like learning how to grow on your own and like have emotional maturity. That's what I was looking to say. Okay, episode 3, Breaking Bad Habits. Holy fire! Jesus, my room's aflame. Are you kidding me? Oh, it's actually not even that good. But like I just read it right now, and I like can't believe I had that. I thought of it. Agent Caldwell and Agent New show the chief a video they recorded of Agent Carter handing money over to the men that killed Agent Miller. Brayden and Ethan throw a party and get high with some of the money they made. The next morning, Jackson comes home with supplies Brayden told him to get, and then Brayden, Ethan, Jackson cook together and without Devin to ensure Bradford doesn't find out. I fucking missed an and in there. Why am I mentioning it? Well, Agent Caldwell and Agent New watch as Agent Carter is arrested in the DEA of Duluth's office. So this takes place in Wisconsin and Minnesota, which is, I love that location. It's so nostalgic for me. That's why I located it there. Agent Miller comes home to find his very bland and slightly empty apartment. He makes himself a TV dinner and scrolls through a dating app, but closes out of it. I feel like that's supposed to say Caldwell. Is Miller dead? Yeah, I feel like it's supposed to say Caldwell. Who knows though? While chilling together, Devin notices a smell and accuses them of cooking without him, which they admit they did, and Devin gets mad. Brayden says they have some supplies left, and the 4 of them do their first cook together. While cooking, Devin drops a beaker, and some chemicals spill onto the floor. Devin says it's fine, nobody should freak out, it was an accident, but Brayden is furious at Devin, yelling at him until he almost cries. But Devin just yells back at Brayden. Brayden and Ethan finish the cook, showing how good of a duo they are, and to show Devin and Jackson how to do it. Brayden, Ethan, Jack, and Devin discuss how they sell the 4 pounds they have. Jackson doesn't want to involve Jess because Jackson doesn't like that Jess is an addict. Brayden keeps asking Devin questions about his dad, but Devin doesn't want to involve his dad. Devin and Ethan think they should sell in the street. Jackson says they can ask Caden, Ethan's brother, also Brayden's cousin. No fucking shit. If you didn't know that, me and Ethan are cousins. For connects. But Brayden and Ethan say no immediately because Caden would never want to get involved with this kind of stuff, which is good. Never ever. It's super bad in real life. Agent Caldwell mentions to a colleague he's reading a report about a new white meth, some new Meth in the street. Brayden and Ethan's meth name in the progress, I'm thinking something like white stained glass or white flake. Just read it out. Jesus, this is a good idea. No, I mean, like, I don't know. What would you call it? Comment down below. DEA chief says it's time for Caldwell to get a new partner. Agent New. After a wake and bake, which Brayden does nearly every morning, as you should, Brayden gets in the group. Wait, actually be careful because brain fog. Brayden gets the group, Jackson, Ethan, and Devin together to tell them they are going to set up a meeting with Devin's dad and asks to cook for him. Eventually, everyone reluctantly agrees. Brayden calls Bradford, and after some convincing, Bradford agrees to a meeting. Brayden, Jackson, Ethan, and Devin off to Minneapolis to meet Bradford. Bradford's house is very hood-like. Bradford's house is very hood-like. Well, can't say that. Bradford's house is very hood-like. While walking up the stairs past armed thugs, the group overheard Bradford selling a prostitute to a man. The group besides Devin are patted down by some Bradford's guys. Brayden is carrying a bag of 4 pounds of meth. Bradford looks at the bag and Bradford tells Devin to go to his room. Devin is like, what? No. And then Devin goes to his room. Brayden says, that's what they cook. It's pretty good. He's heard, it's pretty good. He's heard they were paid $10,000 before they can cook for $10,000 a pound, 10 pounds a week, so $100,000. Bradford kind of laughs and then is like, yeah, you know, fine. That's how it works. Holy, calm down. It's not even funny. This is serious shit. This is scary. My heart would be beating in this situation, but maybe I'd be laughing a little bit because I'm scared. He says Devin can't be allowed in the business. Bradford doesn't want his son to meth play. Brayden agrees. Ethan is kind of upset because 10 pounds a week with 3 people is a lot. I guess. I don't know. I haven't really been thinking about it. Jackson's scared. The whole situation. So is Brayden. His heart is beating out of this world of pure anticipation. Brayden asks Bradford's supplies. Bradford says they won't come free. Brayden and Ethan pay $1,000 in cash each. Bradford gets Brayden's number and that's it. And Devin stays at his dad's. And Brayden, Ethan, and Jack head home with some supplies to cook 10 pounds. That's the end of episode 3. Oh my god. What a compelling story so far. Episode 4 seriously doesn't have a title. So if you have a title name below, let me know. Cause like seriously, wouldn't that be so cool to figure out what people actually think of my idea and if they had like a title for an episode? Cause I think this might be like one of the only ones I didn't do. Brayden and Brayden's sister, Caden and Ethan are getting brunch together. It's a sweet family moment. You know, me and my sister, and then they're brothers, and we're all like we're cousins. You know what I mean? Brayden and Ethan pay for everyone, and Brayden's sister and Caden notice their bills, causing laughs and raising slight suspicion. She jokes about dealing pot or something, and Caden's left very skeptical, jealous kinda. Agent Caldwell and Agent New are tasked on interrogating a Lake Superior cartel member who was shot. He says he won't snitch, he'll die. Caldwell says he'll die from the injury, so just give up who shot him. Santiago, the cartel member, says a guy by the name of Bradford. Someone's been shot up their whole van. Santiago, who has 2 bullet wounds to the chest. The flashback shows Eric asking Dr. Santiago to live, and they said yes. Damn. You're so crooked or whatnot? I don't even know. Brayden and Ethan show Jackson how to set up the lab. Brayden and Ethan bought a new table and some new beakers came from online and other meth making supplies, tools, and equipment. Brayden, Ethan, and Jackson start cooking meth. They cook for hours until the sun comes up. They started at like 1 a.m. only making 3.5 pounds. Ethan has a scale. Caden goes to the bank and he's told he only has $100 in his checking and $100 in his saving. The show shows Caden driving his nice truck to his house in the trailer. There's barely enough room to park. He lives with his girlfriend and another roommate. Caden likes to work on a dirt bike. He lives in the middle of his living room. He actually does that. I have a cousin. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Caden drinks a lot. Caden has a dog. Caden works with his dad on construction. Brayden wakes up and hits his bong. He wakes up Ethan. Then Jackson, they get to cooking. Cool montage like Breaking Bad cooks. Can y'all imagine that? Would that be a good scene? Brayden's sister's eating dinner with her and Brayden's family. I was like, is that the scene? She tells them Brayden and Ethan are doing good. Ethan is in, and then Ethan's on the other side of the family, so it doesn't really matter, but she's just saying it. Just getting so personal now. But like I'm basing, isn't that what it is? Like, I'm sure that's what every fucking storyteller does. Like, you base it off something to get it. Like, I'm finding relationships because that's how I know they work. So that's why these characters are completely different. So these characters, I know what their relationships are like. Okay, thank you for listening. Brayden, Ethan, and Jackson have now made 9.5 pounds in total. Brayden gets a text from his grandma asking to get dinner at 7 and 6:30. Brayden showers and tells Jackson and Ethan to make 1 more pound and top it off to make it 10.5 for Bradford on Sunday, which Bradford just texted Brayden. It's drop-off day. It's Thursday. A nice scene with Brayden and his grandma. She's a funny person that Brayden laughs at a lot. Brayden's high, 23.7, excuse me. That 1 hour is because, like, when you sleep through 8 hours, you wake up and you're not really high at the end. While Eric and Agent New are discussing the case with a colleague at the hospital, they see doctors rushing to a room. Santiago died. Montage of Jackson and Ethan cooking. It's a little sloppy and goofy, but manageable. The meth is half cloudy, half not, so it's presentable. They clean up and Jackson and Ethan decide not to clean the beakers and stuff. The chemicals get stored in because they're lazy. They also don't package the meth up like Brayden usually does. They go to the living room and smoke a bowl and watch TV. Brayden is seen in a montage buying his own meth supplies at various... Devin is seen in a montage buying his own meth supplies at various stores in Minneapolis. He goes somewhere secluded and in the back of his SUV sets up a mini lab with various equipment and stuff similar to Brayden's. Some stuff Devin thinks is better / different. Devin starts making the recipe. Brayden had him write it down to learn. Devin wasn't good at a lot besides sitting around eating, playing games, smoking pot. He was kind of good at cooking meth. He made a sloppy batch and used a dark blue food coloring for his meth to make it different and was ready to sell. He just didn't know how yet. He put the meth in his glove box. Brayden gets home and looks at the meth lab. It's barely cleaned. He goes upstairs and yells at Ethan and Jackson. The 3 of them clean the lab. Brayden doing least work. Then Brayden says good job with the meth, even if it wasn't the best. Now it's Sunday. Jackson awkwardly flirts with a coworker at Walmart, but she isn't interested. She's more interested in Ethan, but Ethan isn't that aware. Brayden does the drop-off at a warehouse Bradford said to go to. The warehouse is filled with tons of boxes and crates, and it's cluttered. In the middle, there's a big opening with a tiny coffee table used for standing around at meetings. 2 thugs are standing there with guns in their waist. Bradford isn't around. Brayden asks where he is, and they chit-chat, and they said Brad is held up in the moment with the DEA stuff. This intrigues Brayden. How would they know the DEA knows? Oh, yeah. Bradford put a duffel bag, 10.5 pounds of meth on the table, and thug puts a suitcase, 100,000 on the table. The other thug puts another suitcase down and says it's more supplies. Brayden takes a suitcase and celebrates in his car. that's the end of that episode 4. So I don't know, it's pretty mono. Like when I said there's filler, like there's more storylines that have to be going on in between all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like all the Skylar White shit and all like Brayden would have like a love interest. I just don't know who it would be. And like other people like Ethan, as you can see, I started developing that. Ethan's love interest gets introduced here, whatever that's going on, which I don't even think I go deeper into that. But what I was trying to say with this intrigues Brayden. How would they know the DEA knows? Yeah, I don't know what I was writing there. Like I was kind of getting ahead of myself because what I mean is Brayden would be like, oh, whoa, he'd be more like scared because like, oh, they're with the DEA, but it's like Brad Pitt's not actually caught. It's just they have like insights. Is what I was trying to say. I don't know. Maybe I assume that though. Maybe that's how smart this character is because I'm not him. He's different because I wouldn't know how to make meth and I wouldn't be this smart chemistry wise. The other thing, and my friends wouldn't listen to me like this. Yeah. Okay. Episode 5, Santiago's brother. No title here either. Comment down below. Santiago's brother Hugo complains to the people Hugo is 40ish and has gray sideburns and an eye patch at Santiago's funeral in a big spiel in Spanish about killing the guy who shot his brother and how unjust this is. Agent Caldwell's watching the crowd guilty. Devin meets with Jess and says they could sell this meth he made with 50-50 cut. 0.5 a pound. I don't know what that means. Jess agrees and they contact Jess, old dealer. Jess's old dealer's Hugo. Hugo screams at Devin in Spanish and Devin jumps and drops his meth. Hugo picks it up and then searches Devin and Jess. Hugo laughs and offers them a drink. He speaks English also, by the way. He says he'll buy it for $500 and Devin and Jess have to try it. Devin says $650! Exclamation point, question mark, and Hugo laughs and mumbles in Spanish and rubs his eye under his eye patch. You know, like, oh, this dude's a fucking psycho. That's what you gotta get the idea of people. He has like a knife in his hand, I bet. You can clearly see he had no eye there. He yells in Spanish and Devin trembles and shakes. He jumps a bit, then Hugo laughs at Devin. He hands Devin $500 and asks, snort or crack pipe with a laugh. Jesus fuck. I'm kinda like, wouldn't she be scared? Let me know. Brayden and Ethan are looking at a house buying website to find a place to cook. Brayden finds a nice cabin to buy in the country of Iron River for $25,000. They both agree to pay half and buy in Ethan's name. Jackson buys a new truck and give his car back to his parents. This is showing purchases with the $100,000, 33% each. They receive. Caden comes over and compliments the new truck, whoever's it is. Jackson doesn't really like Caden for no reason. Caden looks around, and as soon as he's about to enter the basement, Jackson stops him. Then Brayden comes out of his room to talk in time. Brayden says Ethan's checking out the cabin they bought. This brings up a bunch of questions by Caden that Brayden brushes off. Brayden shoos Caden away from the basement. Devin snorts a line and immediately giggles and his eyes roll back. He's in heaven. He's rolling. It's his first time. He coughs. He comes down a bit, but it's still high. Jeff smokes from the pipe. Some hours pass, maybe minutes. Who knows? They both come down from the highs, slightly cold, itchy, paranoid. They didn't like that. Did they? They leave with $500, $250 each. Agent Caldwell waits outside Hugo's apartment where he sees Devin and Jess leave. He realizes Devin from Brad's case file. He recognizes would be the word he used there, Brayden Woody. Also in his passenger seat, he tails them. Caden is now left. It's Wednesday, by the way. Brayden and Jackson are going to bring the supplies to the cabin, and they are going to set up and they're going to cook all night with Ethan, who's already there. With some supplies. They load up the vehicle and Brayden talks about the money they're making and how good they've been doing and how easy it is and how smart they are. They talk about their purchases also. Devin drops off and drives away. Caldwell still is following him. Devin notices but isn't 100% sure. He's also really paranoid right now, to be honest. He's all over the place. Devin almost crashed into a wall and he's almost and almost into an oncoming car, but he's still being followed. He brake checks. Devin's freaking out and he grips the wheel. He's calm, he's fine, he's not being followed, but the car is still following him. Montage of Brayden, Ethan, and Jack cooking in their new setup is way safer and more open in the empty living room connected to an empty kitchen. So what I imagine if you're, I mean, you could like search Iron River. It's like, I don't know, I think it's just country or whatever. It's like, or like a town. Anyways, I just imagine like a cabin and it'd be really open. It'd just be like a nice place to just go into, like an open place to go cook. But we, like, that's really bad. And like, it's just an idea. Like, this is, make some of the best batches yet and cook exactly 10 pounds. The montage is super hype and cool. They all contribute well. They're good cooks now. Ethan calls the meth white stuff once while they're on break, while some chemicals are brewing. And the name sticks to Brayden. He'll refer to that as now white stuff. I refer to it as white stuff from now on. Devin goes into, maybe that's the episode title. Devin goes to his house and he isn't followed anymore. Little does he know, Agent Caldwell is just far behind him. Devin parks outside Brayden, Ethan, and Jackson's house and falls asleep in the back seat. That's fucking weird. Why did I write that? I don't think he'd actually, like, I mean, that's just his character, I guess. Like, what the hell? Caldwell notes the address and goes home. He's tired. It's almost sunrise. Transition sunrise to cabin where Brayden, Jackson, and Ethan are cleaning supplies up, then going home and to sleep during the day. Holy. Brayden does the drop off on Sunday and at the warehouse. Brayden does the drop off on Sunday at the warehouse, and Bradford is there with one guard. Him and Brayden have a chatty discussion. They're chill with each other. 2 briefcases are lying on the table. Brayden puts the meth in a briefcase from last week on the table and picks up the money and supplies briefcase and leaves. Brayden leaves the cases in the car and goes inside. Devin, Ethan, and Jack are home watching TV. Brayden sits in the new leather couch someone probably Ethan bought. It's the end of the episode. Okay, we're not even, we got 6, 7, and 8 left. This one doesn't have a title either. I guess I gave up. Maybe, I don't know. Like they're hard to come up with, and like I don't want to be wrong. Like the first one, I couldn't even believe I had to say that. Episode 6, Brayden wakes up to a text from Bradford Monday saying that he has to go away for a while so he won't be able to make transactions. Brayden doesn't respond to the text but reads it. He groans. Ugh. He doesn't know what to tell Ethan and Jackson. The 3 of them were going to cook 12 pounds today. Like that was their, what were you going to do today? That was their plan all day. Brayden has a good feeling. He hits his car and woke up his friends. It was only 9 a.m. today. Caden had been working on his dirt bike on his day off. He's exhausted. He is out of food and decides to go to Brayden and Ethan. He's hungry and curious. Caden pulls up to their house and sees them driving away in the distance. He decides to follow them. Agent Caldwell wakes up next to a random woman in bed. He wakes her up awkwardly, asks her to leave. He notices his bad breath and quickly goes take a shower. Jess has bought some white stuff off the street and is smoking it. His $250 now gone. Caden passed by the cabin and noticed Ethan's crappy car and then reversed. He peered into the window and saw Ethan and Jackson setting up the lab with gas masks. Brayden grabs Caden, I'm guessing, holy fuck. Brayden grabs Caden and startles him. That's pretty much like I shove him and startle him. That's what I'm trying to say there. Caden, that's what the fuck are you doing? Oh, no. Maybe he would say that though. Caden, that's what the fuck are they doing? Brayden explains the operation and how much they're making. Caden is shocked, sort of proud, sort of scared, not really. Brayden didn't mention the text this morning. Caden asked for a cut. Brayden says he can watch a few times and maybe join. Caden agrees. Brayden makes sure to tell Caden that this is Brayden and Ethan's operation and they are the bosses. Hell yeah. A montage of Brayden, Ethan, and Jack cooking and Caden watching took place until the sun went down and the full moon was out. The 4 of them share a bong outdoors and Caden also drink a beer. The 4 glow about the cook. Caldwell is putting together the case at his apartment. Brayden showed Caden how to clean the beakers and stuff and paid him $1,000 for helping. The next morning, Devin is working at a steak and breakfast restaurant as a dishwasher. He is meeting with the landlord after work for a 1-bed, 2-bath duplex house rent for $675 a month. That's a really good deal. What the fuck? He now has enough thanks to $250 he made from the deal. He plans to make more also. Another montage of Devin buying some supplies at different stores place and Devin meeting with the landlord, then Devin at different stores. Devin brings all of his cooking supplies into the duplex and puts it all in his closet. He then brings in an air mattress and blows it up with his mouth. Fucking descriptive. He has one flat pillow and a big stuffed blanket. He goes to Menards and buys some fans. 2. He buys, I think I put a 2 and a 1. I think I'm trying to say 2 for 1 or something. I don't know. He buys some candles and air freshener. He then buys junk food. Caldwell's sitting in the Menards parking lot, still working on the case. He's been following Devin all morning since he left work. Devin brings out supplies and loads them into the van, back to the house, and into the house, and sets up the fans in the windows. Devin wears the same sweatshirt and sweatpants every day, no matter the condition. Caldwell can see into Devin's apartment through the window. Devin is just cooking right there on the kitchen counter. Caldwell takes pictures. A few hours pass, and Devin has mad about a pound in the morning. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Devin has mad a pound. He's got a mad pound. He just made a mad pound of meth. You know what I mean? 1,000 easy, Devin says to himself. Devin does the best to clean and get rid of the smell and hide the evidence in cabinets and Febreze the place. He goes to bed. Caldwell is gone by then. Brayden's parents and sister come to visit. Brayden's sister and him joke like usual. She makes fun of him for working at Walmart. She asks for some money and he gives her 40. His dad, that ain't nothing. His dad is shocked by generosity. Brayden loves his sisters. I also have 2 little sisters, so this Brayden would also have 2 little sisters. This Brayden is not me. He's a different person. I promise. Brayden's dad says hi to Ethan, and Ethan says hi and stuff like that. It's a chill moment. The family's brought together. Brayden gets chicken strips as always. Ethan has a burger, and Jackson is working. Later that night, when Brayden's family's gone, Caden's call goes asking when he can watch the next cook. Caden calls Brayden asking when he can watch the next cook. He wants to be involved, make more money. He even says he's grateful. Brayden says they need supplies. It's not easy. Devin comes over and he hears Brayden on the phone. Devin says he's been making meth and he knows a guy Brayden can sell to. Brayden hangs up. He yells at Devin, "How could you use our recipe? Why are you cooking? Devin, what is wrong with you, dumbass?" Devin gets super defensive and aggressive. "Don't yell at me, fucking pussy bitch." That's what Devin says to me. Brayden texts Caden to come pick himself, Ethan, and Devin up to sell the 12 pounds and Devin's 1 pound. Brayden apologizes to Bradford for not telling him about the stalled messages. Ethan didn't really... Brayden apologizes to the group for not telling him about the stalled messages, I guess, and Ethan says he doesn't really care. Caden pulls up to Hugo's. Brayden urges Devin to knock on the door. Devin is reluctant. He tells them he made him snort his supply. Brayden and Ethan then start to panic. "Devin, what the fuck?" Brayden says. "Devin, what is wrong with you?" Devin opens up the door. He greets them and asks them to enter. Brayden is wearing a backpack, and when he enters, he takes it off and hands it to Hugo. Inside is all 13 grams. 13G. Is that what it is? Yeah, I think. No, it'd be pounds, wouldn't it? Whatever. Hugo says, "Some blue. What should we call the blue?" He looks around for answers. Brayden and Ethan, even Caden, who's a little buzzed off a few beers, are terrified. Really? Devin is more than terrified. He's almost shitting his pants. Not really, but he's scared. And what is this? That white stuff everyone's been craving? I've had this. Fuck, it's good. Hugo says, yeah, white stuff. That's what we call it, says Brayden. Who's the cook? Is it of this you? All of this? Hugo asks. Maybe 3 seconds fast and he shouts answer. Kind of like Tuco, if you get the idea. Caden and Ethan jump and Ethan shakes. I'm sure I would jump too. I don't know. Everybody would probably jump. Yes, I am. We are. Brayden says. When I say I'm probably jump, it's because I think I'm the actor. Like, I see us all right there. Like, this could all happen, couldn't it? If we just all locked in and did this real quick. Breaking Brayden. That's what I'm saying, so I could write it all down. Now you guys get it. Okay. Try it, says Hugo. No, Brayden says. Hugo laughs, leans over and laughs hard, mumbles in Spanish and laughs and pours and wipes tears from his eyes, laughing so hard. He burps too. Not asking, telling my amigo. Hugo says, gritting his teeth. Fuck no. 13,000. I don't know who says that. Like, I didn't write somebody said. I don't know, I would assume me, but I would not say that, you know what I mean? Maybe I would. Oh, wait. And then maybe I say this next. 12,750 Devin's meth is not worth 1,000. Brayden laughs. Oh, no. That was Hugo's response. 12,000. Okay. Fair, Brayden responds. Holds out his hand to shake. Hugo smirks out with respect and shakes Brayden's hand and hands Brayden the backpack. Who else take a bump? Nobody? Devin, I know you fucking love the thrillers, Hugo. No, says Ethan. No, think. Says Caden. I didn't say thanks. Hugo says he'll be right back. Run upstairs. He comes down with 12,750 and hands it to Brayden. Hugo rushes out the door right after, and they are happy to leave. Hugo rushes them out the door right after, and they're happy to leave. Hugo says he'll be in touch. On the car, the group talk about the experience, hyper from adrenaline and excitement and fear, I guess. Brayden gives Ethan 3,000, Caden 3,000, Keith 3,000 for himself, and save 3,000 for Jackson. Then gives 750 to Devin. Devin gets mad, saying he showed Brayden the guy. He shouldn't get more. Brayden says, "How about we're even? No more cooking, just a runner." And Devin agrees. Little did they know, Agent Caldwell was taking pictures from a safe distance of them entering and leaving Hugo's house. Sloppy as fuck. Because I'm in 7 episodes in now. Aren't you guys invested as fuck? Is this a good series? Imagine this, but with more drama, with more intensity, with more with literally more stuff happening. This isn't even the good parts in my opinion. This is just the best. Like, this isn't even the best. This is just like the rough idea. That's what's so good. I'm not done. I have one more episode left. Episode 8. No working title for the episode. Let me know down below if you have any ideas. If you think this is just funny, then that's fine, because it's a joke. But like, maybe it's like the best cinematic experience you ever experienced, not gonna lie. Or one of them. Kind of like Breaking Bad was, if you've ever seen it. One of the best shows I'd probably put it at number 1, or Euphoria's up there. But Breaking Bad's really good. So Snowfall is what this is also based off of. It's more like incorporation with. Episode 8. Agent Caldwell shows up to the warehouse where he travels through the wall of crates and boxes. He approaches the center where Brayden, Ethan, Jackson, Devin, and Caden were. Freeze, shouts Aiden Caldwell. This was it. These had to have been the cooks. Brayden yelled, "Don't shoot." Caldwell's pistol had a flashlight that blinded the group before. Like, I've been tracking Devin for a while. Knew something was up. Didn't know you guys were some secret chemistry genius. Caldwell explained. You're all gonna be in jail for a while, but maybe if you explain everything, your sentence will be reduced. Brayden's started pleading. He couldn't have done all of this for everything to fail like this, especially he offers Eric, he calls him Eric because he reads his badge. We could use your help. Some guy, Hugo, he's crazy. He wants us to chain us up and make us cook for him forever. I could pay you. I have a lot of money. We do. We can pay you. You can be our inside guy. Isn't that cool? We need you, and you get paid. We protect each other. A team. Brayden begs, and it works. Eric turns his flashlight off and aims it toward the air instead of Brayden. Some superior cartel members show up. Brayden and the group book it. Jackson runs off alone. Eric shoots the cartel members quickly before they can react. Jackson runs into a DEA agent, Agent Rooney. Jackson puts his hands in fear, ready to give up, turn himself in. He had nothing else to do. Then the wind picked up and the breeze really messed with Rooney's eyes, and Jackson started to run. His wallet dropped out of his pocket, and Jackson had no time to stop. Rooney picked up his wallet and studied it. That's the cliffhanger. That's it. I know how it goes, but that's how it ends. Just she picks it up and then Jackson would obviously stop and freeze, you'd assume, right? Because he's caught. Nothing he can do, his IDs and stuff in there. And also, I didn't write the first part of the episode, and I would think maybe it starts with this. I don't even know. Maybe it starts with the first part with Brayden pleading. Also, my speech would be better than that. This was just a rough draft. Well, you can see I knew how I wanted at the end. I wanted Caldwell to be on our team. It's like he was our inside guy. He was with us, and he's gonna be with us throughout the show or more. This is just season 1. Imagine when we're gonna get into more. Some other ideas I had are okay, in future seasons, Flynn from Breaking Bad's gonna be like the antagonist. He's gonna be like what Eric was supposed to be doing, being the good guy, kind of like I don't know, like Hank. He'd be like Hank, or and I don't even know. Maybe he switches. What would he do? I haven't wrote it yet. I haven't thought about it that much. But Flynn, if he was now a DEA agent and he was because he wants to take down what his father is doing, meth dealers, and maybe he goes after me now. He's he comes from Albuquerque to Superior or whatever. And then maybe Jesse from Alaska has to show up, some stuff going on. But another thing, around this time in real life, right now, 2025, Holly from Breaking Bad would be 16. So maybe if this isn't me, we adapt this story to her. Otherwise, I think would be even cooler. This happens, Breaking Brayden happens, and then Holly's story comes up, and she intersects with my story, in a few years, because I'll have 4 seasons after this. or 4 in total. This is the first one, and Holly would have her own show going on. I've already thought about it in my own way, and then I don't know, maybe Flynn's part of her show instead, but I want her to be part of mine too. And then Holly would come in, and then she'd be her own meth dealer, and then she'd be maybe we have to work together. It'd be a cinematic universe, Endgame type shit. I hope everybody enjoyed watching. Let me know what you think of it. Thanks for watching.